Let's now take a look at what the EC is claiming versus what the TMC's counter claim is. As far as Mamata Banerjee's ban is concerned, the EC says Mamata Banerjee is in violation of the poll code of conduct, but TMC has slammed it, said it is a black day for democracy. EC also says Mamata's speech is highly provocative in nature, but the TMC says that EC stands for extremely compromise. EC says Mamata's speech is a potential threat to the law and order situation, but the TMC says always knew we were winning Bengal. So that's what the EC says. That is the TMC's counter. On the broadcast today, we are being joined by Abhishek Mishra, the BJP youth leader, Touseef Khan, who is a political analyst. First, let me go straight across to Touseef Khan, who is a political analyst. Touseef, why don't you paint the lay of the land as to how you view this entire situation? BJP versus TMC is nothing new, but at the moment, this is a war that is playing out. EC versus TMC. We told you what the EC says and what the counterclaim is coming in from the TMC.
You see, when Election Commission in its conduct cannot apply two yardstick. When a BJP leader in Dinhata was dead, Election Commission sent a representative, special observer, police observer went there to investigate and then submit a report. But when in Sitalkochi, police firing caused 4 people dead, no special representative was sent to conduct the investigation. This cannot be, there cannot be two yardstick applied by Election Commission. Election Commission has to be, unbiased in its approach. We have seen more than 160 complaints filed by Trinamool in Election Commission.
So, Touseef, you're in agreement with the TMC when the TMC says that the EC is biased and undemocratic. Are you stamping that particular view, Touseef?
It seems so, yes. Please, has Election Commission given any explanation for sending the team when BJP politician was attacked and not sending a team when voters were killed? What explanation do they have? They've also got the names wrong. Trinamool leaders have said it on record that the victims who are dead, they've got the names wrong. The reports are missing. Also, after the attack in Sitalkochi, we have seen that the BJP chief, the Bengal chief, Dilip Ghosh, has said that this incident will be repeated. The Rahul Sinha leader said that why only
I do remember him making a statement of that nature. Just hold on to your thoughts right there. Abhishek Mishra, Touseef makes a very good point with what Dilip Ghosh has himself said, that this kind of an incident is going to get repeated. This is the violence that we are talking about on which he had said this. That aside, the increasing view at the moment is that the EC is acting on the behest of the BJP, a claim which is not just made by TMC, but political analysts like Touseef as well. How do you respond as a BJP leader?
See, the point is very simple. The Trinamool Congress is behaving today in a very anarchist manner. They do not trust the Election Commission of India. They do not trust the Central Parliamentary Forces. They are hell-bent on criticizing the EC again and again. Mamata Banerjee, when she has made a wrong statement, when she has tried to polarize on religious lines, which is against the model code of conduct. So definitely the EC has to take action. Now, once the EC takes action, you make a mistake, action is taken, then you say it's a black day. So the point here is the TMC itself is purposely trying to create a sense of environment as if EC is being biased, etc., etc. So you have to understand basically, is a Trinamool which is committing the errors, committing crimes, Trinamool behaving in an anarchist manner, Trinamool Congress which is not following the laws of election. And just as a criminal who is caught, he starts blaming others. Mamata Banerjee, once she is caught making up religious polarizing statement, you have to understand it's a very serious matter. In fact, as the Prime Minister rightly said, the action on her is very minor action, only 1 day ban. She could have been banned for the entire rest of the election also.
You know, that is a point that I'd like to take across to Touseef as well. Touseef, Abhishek has a point there where he says that there was a polarizing statement, which is a communally polarizing statement made by Mamata Banerjee. How do you view that particular statement? In the light of that, how then would you call the EC's action biased and undemocratic?
No, see, BJP leaders have this limitation with Bengali language. Communally polarized statement was not given by Mamata Banerjee, but it was given by Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. We have all heard Prime Minister in his speech saying that Hindu vote unite ho jana chahiye. And then
Yes.
he is alleging that Mamata Banerjee has said Musalman vote ek ho jao. But Mamata Banerjee never used the word Musalman vote ek ho jao. Mamata Banerjee has said Shankhalugu. Vote bhag hote diben na. That means minority vote should not be divided, because in the after the third phase of election, Hyderabad party has jumped in the foray and she is making an appeal. She has never used the word Muslim. It is Prime Minister who has used the word Muslim and word Hindu. So what is Election Commission doing? I can understand that Prime Minister, it depends on his aides for these Bengali translation. Prime Minister himself may not be aware that Shankhalugu does not mean Muslim, but it is duty of everyone working to help him should apprise him of the fact that Mamata Banerjee used the word Shankhalugu, not Muslims. Then why is Prime Minister seen attributing words which were not spoken by Mamata Banerjee?
So, Touseef, do you then feel as well and stamp the TMC's view that the EC is currently acting on the behest of the Bharatiya Janata Party? It's a claim that is being made by the TMC.
I will tell you one more fact. Shayantan Bose, he is a BJP leader. In a public speech, he said that I will instruct CRPF to shoot in chest while West Bengal police will be locked inside their station. And this is the effect, we have seen the effect of this in Sitalkuchi. What action has Election Commission taken? What action has senior BJP leader taken? Is senior BJP leader stamping these leaders' speech that they are making, like Rahul Sinha? Why only 4 voters were killed? They should have killed 8 voters. Is senior BJP leader stamping these kind of statement by their own leaders? State BJP chief said that this kind of incident will be repeated. Are senior BJP leader allowing this? This is a very big question mark. And what is the Election Commission doing?
So, the point about the
More than
Prime Minister as well
160
is something that I would bring the BJP spokesperson in on just about a bit. But here's the general sense of why Mamata is doing this, which is sitting on a dharna and playing the victim card. Number one, it amplifies the sympathy factor. Number two, highlights the street warrior credentials of Mamata Banerjee. Number three, highlights the notion of biased election commission victimizing Didi, which is Mamata Banerjee. Number four, it paints Modi-Shah duo as the ones responsible for her current plight, and also underscores her image as Bengal's defender. I want to bring in our Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson to quickly respond to what Touseef has said on this. We've got Touseef just a little while back, Abhishek making this particular statement saying that what when the Prime Minister said consolidate the Hindu vote bank and why don't the Hindus come together, and they now are saying that that also equals to making a communally charged statement, exactly what Mamata Banerjee has been accused of when she made that remark about minorities, which he says has been taken out of context because of the language barrier.
No, I'll clarify. Mamata Banerjee, she exactly first used the word shaitan. If you go back to the video recording, she has used the word shaitan. And the Touseef Khan must know that in an election, you cannot make such derogatory personal remarks. You cannot call anyone shaitan. Okay, so Mamata Banerjee, first of all, is faulty of calling a person shaitan. Secondly, directly the entire text clearly, she is saying very clearly that don't divide the minority vote. She is saying there's some shaitan who has got money from the BJP and he's coming around and dividing your vote, and don't divide the vote. She was basically referring to the person from Siddiqui, Pirzada. So you have to understand very clearly, Mamata Banerjee is openly calling, first of all, someone shaitan, which she cannot do. She should be penalized for that also. Secondly, she is openly saying, putting a false allegation, BJP has given money. Who has given her that right to put a false allegation? Third, she is saying, don't divide your vote, the minority vote. So Mamata Banerjee clearly said what has been the EC has taken action. This Touseef Khan or TMC
Touseef
cannot
was
say
trying to say is the selective action that gets taken against the TMC and not just the BJP. Touseef, is that what you were trying to imply? That, you know, while you have both the parties who perhaps are in violation of the Model Code of Conduct, the EC, and that's the overall view that you painted, is taking action against TMC but overlooking what the BJP is doing.
Yes, that's what it seems to be. More than 160 complaints is filed with Election Commission, but all actions are being taken only against Trinamool. Why so? Why Election Commission is not taking cognizance of so many instances I have just said, and of so many complaints that Trinamool has filed? And I'm once again saying BJP spokesperson has not provided the answer. I am saying that our Prime Minister was seen attributing a sentence to Mamata Banerjee, which she never uttered. Our Prime Minister was heard saying that Mamata Banerjee said Muslims should unite. But he himself is now saying that actually Mamata Banerjee said minority votes should not be divided. And in fact, we all have heard Prime Minister saying that what if I say Hindus vote should unite? So is this not in a way making a communally charged statement? Based on the premise, which is untrue, based on the manufactured and concocted statements, words which were never uttered by Mamata Banerjee.
Right.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.